Welcome to English Through Ideas, where we learn English through powerful ideas. Today, we are looking at the work of Dale Carnegie. He spent decades teaching adults how to communicate effectively. His teachings led him to write a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Millions of copies were sold, making it one of the most widely read books on human relations in history. To understand his main point, think about fishing. Personally, I love strawberries and cream. It is a delicious treat. But if I go fishing, I do not put a strawberry on my hook. A fish does not care what I like. The fish swims right past the fruit, because a fish wants a worm. We easily understand this rule when we go to a lake. We give the fish what the fish wants. But when we talk to other human beings, we often forget this logic completely. In our daily conversations, we constantly try to feed other people our own strawberries. We focus entirely on what we need, what we think, and what we want. A famous study by the New York Telephone Company gives us clear evidence of this habit. Researchers analyzed 500 telephone conversations to see which words were used most often. As the data builds, one specific word shoots all the way up, hiding everything else. The personal pronoun I was used 3,900 times. People said I over and over again. This highlights a simple psychological reality. The person you are speaking with is thinking about their own desires just as much as you are thinking about yours. Trying to persuade someone by talking about what you want is guaranteed to fail. You are ignoring the only topic they are truly interested in. Let us look at a real-world example from Carnegie's book. A father was dealing with a very common parenting struggle. His young son, Tim, was crying on the living room floor, absolutely refusing to go to his first day of kindergarten. The father's first instinct was to use his authority. He wanted to point his finger, send the boy to his room, and demand he go to school. But the father paused. He realized that using force was his own strawberry. Instead, he asked himself a question. What would make a little boy actually want to go to school? The father thought about his son's interests. He went into the living room, sat on the floor with his wife, and started playing a fun game with finger paints. Soon, the little boy came out of his room and begged to play. The father smiled and said, "Oh no, you have to go to kindergarten first to learn how to finger paint." Suddenly, the boy could not wait for school to start. By shifting his perspective to find the child's worm, the father achieved exactly what he set out to do. There was no yelling, no punishment, and no conflict. The core lesson here is that effective communication does not rely on having the loudest voice or the best argument. It requires shifting your focus away from me, pointing outward toward you. If you want someone to take action, you must first take the time to deeply understand what they desire. So here is a challenge for you this week. Before you ask a colleague, a friend, or a family member for a favor, pause. Take a moment to identify what their worms are. Thank you for learning with English Through Ideas. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more ideas, more English, and more growth. True influence never comes from demanding what you want. It happens naturally when you make the effort to understand and serve what others want.